Well, hello and welcome to This Month in Hamilton, our September 2025 edition. I want to start out by thanking WBCB 1490 AM for allowing us each and every month to bring you what's going on this month in Hamilton, as well as our sponsors, Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, Saul Funeral Home, and Kessel Dermatology. So a lot going on in town, but one of the most important things is we are about 6 weeks till the election, so we're taping this on September 22nd, which is 6 weeks, I think, and a day, so 43 days out until Election Day. If you're a vote-by-mail voter, you should be getting your vote-by-mail ballot this week. Remember, we've got 3 places you can drop off your ballot if you don't want to mail them in: Nottingham Ballroom, the Golf Center on San Melito Drive, as well as the Municipal Building on Greenwood Avenue. And so remember, your vote is your voice, and so we want you to vote. We want you to make sure you're making your voice heard, not only who you want as the next governor of the great state of New Jersey, but also representing you in the state legislature and the assembly for county commissioner and county clerk, and then local town council, and of course, not to be forgotten, our school board race as well. So a lot of important races this year, and we want to make sure you've got the ability to vote. If you don't know whether you're a vote-by-mail voter, maybe you signed up and you can't remember whether you're going to be getting one, you can always reach out to our Hamilton Township Clerk's office. They can help tell you whether or not you're signed up to be a vote-by-mail voter. If you're not getting a vote-by-mail ballot and you want to be a vote-by-mail voter, you can go to our Hamilton Township Clerk's office, or you can submit a registration form to be a vote-by-mail voter through the mail. If you're not a vote-by-mail voter, you don't want to be one, remember there's early voting that starts 2 Saturdays before Election Day. I think it's the Saturday before Oktoberfest this year, the 18th of October, if I remember correctly, or right around there. The 25th of October would start early voting. And early voting, again, in Hamilton is located at Colonial Firehouse on Coosa Road. And then, obviously, your own polling district on Election Day, November 4th. So a lot of different ways to vote over the next 43 days. Regardless of who you support, why you support them, make sure if you are able to vote, to go and vote. And because the better turnout we have, the more we know how people want the direction of our state to go, our county, and obviously our township through council and the school board races. So that's the first and most important thing, is make sure you vote. In terms of what's going on this month in Hamilton, you're seeing some road projects start to get finished up, and others that are about to start. This is pretty much the last 3-4 weeks of road paving season. It's got to be a certain temperature to be able to have the asphalt settle right. So South Broad Street's basically done. George Dye, we did half of that's basically done, right? You've still got some other projects being done in Hamilton Square through PSE&G. So still more being done as we wind down the road paving year. But then one other one I'm excited about, we're going to be widening some of the bike paths and walking lanes in Veterans Park. You'll probably see that sometime in October. What we've heard a lot is a lot of people using the park, which is great, whether walking, whether biking, scootering. But now we've introduced even e-bikes in Veterans Park, and those can go a lot faster than even a push pedal bike sometimes, and they're very quiet. So you'll almost start seeing what you see on the boardwalk if you go to certain Jersey boardwalks where it has dedicated bike lanes, dedicated walking lanes, right? We want to make sure people are safe as they're moving about the park. Many of you are listening to music, and so you can't hear necessarily what's going on around you. So look for a little bit of an expansion, but also the lane painting in Veterans Park sometime in October as well. Obviously, the municipal building keeps moving along. We're still on pace for fall of next year, so it's a little weird to think we're a little more than a year out from having that building complete. Obviously, you can see the people working on it are making substantial progress. Roof is being put on now, and so our hope is to have that building kind of almost sealed up by close to Thanksgiving, maybe early December, which will allow the workers to have essentially an insulated building to work in through the winter and keep the work progressing. So right on track, right on budget, everything moving very smoothly there. I know I try to give a CHOP announcement too. So really excited to see some progress there. Our town council has designated that spot as an area in need of redevelopment. Obviously, it's been vacant for 5 years, so we know it qualifies as that. We've got some meetings coming up with CHOP to talk about their desires and wish list for the property and how it may be developed, not only over the next 5 years, but maybe over the next 10 to 15 years as well, as they kind of organically grow into that spot as well. So you'll be seeing some progress there, but I think what you're also going to hopefully be seeing in the first or second quarter of next year is the current movie theater coming down and really giving kind of a blank canvas to that property to be reimagined and to fill CHOP's needs in serving patients in Hamilton for decades to come. So again, the first real outward signs you'll see are that building coming down probably first and second quarter next year. So be on the lookout for that as well. Obviously, thank you to everybody who came out to our 9/11 ceremony. We really appreciate that. We had our International Overdose Awareness Day at the end of August. And so a lot of events nationally that we had in August as well. A lot of events going on in town since the last time we spoke. And then obviously weather is starting to turn. Like I said, we're recording this on the morning of September 22nd. I think my phone said 50 degrees when I woke up this morning. So fall is definitely in the air. Today's the first official day of fall as well. And so that leads us right into planning for Oktoberfest. And so you'll start seeing signs go up for Oktoberfest. I believe the date is Sunday, October 19th, with a rain date of Sunday, October 26th. So it's always a fantastic event. We always get a great turnout by you, our vendors. We got the little pumpkin patch for the little kids, the large pumpkin patch with the hayride for those who want to do that. All sorts of bounce houses, arts and crafts, vendors with games, you name it. It's pretty much there in Veterans Park for Oktoberfest. So you'll start seeing that as well, start seeing the signs go up for that. If you're a vendor or an organization who's not yet signed up for Oktoberfest, make sure you do get signed up. I think it closes maybe today on the 22nd, so we want to make sure you have the opportunity to get signed up. But if you're not a vendor and you just want to come out, make sure you enjoy it. It's always, always a great time going on as well. In terms of just some other news in town as well, we have a lot of other projects, economic development projects completed, about to be started. So again, we still have INEO Jembacher, which is going to the old Siemens de Laval plant. I know we hope they're doing some interior renovations right now. I hope they'll be able to open sometime this fall and really start to bring in some development to the Bromley area. We had some good affordable housing projects approved by the planning board within the last month at Our Lady of Sorrows, turning the old convent into senior affordable housing. So apartments, affordable apartments for seniors, as well as one also at St. Raphael's as well. So taking some undeveloped land there and making it senior affordable housing projects. Great projects, keeping seniors in Hamilton who want to be in Hamilton, close to family, close to friends, close to loved ones, but maybe they can't afford the house they're in anymore. Maybe they can't afford the upkeep that comes with it. So now the ability to move into an apartment that's affordable, that's local, that's brand new, and working with two great developers, who will create a beautiful project there and a great project for our senior citizens as well. So as you can see, And then we just have the I don't want to say the mundane stuff going on, right? But Public Works continues to go out and do the things they do. In terms of just some big news, many of you have been listening and paying attention to Trenton Waterworks. Want to thank everybody who came to the Hamilton Township Library at the end of August for Trenton Waterworks H2 Open. It was an opportunity to comment on their proposed rate hike. As they said, cumulatively, it's a 60% rate hike over the next 4 years, which is crazy to think about because, look, we understand if improvements need to be made, but we heard this 5 years ago as well that they had to raise rates to make some improvements, and they haven't even made all those improvements that they raised our rates for 4 years or 5 years ago now as well. So, and then many of you talked about water quality, but also talked about regionalization. So, unfortunately, it seems like Trenton City Council does not support regionalization, even though it has seemed like their mayor did, and I was assuming that was with the backing of their Trenton City Council, but all the suburban mayors have as well. So we're hoping to get together with the DEP commissioner, myself, all the mayors, state legislators, county leaders, and figure out what way we move forward from here. The town and the state still have an active lawsuit against Trenton Waterworks to try to see if we can go that route in having the judge declare Trenton Waterworks an imminent threat to public health and safety and force a sale. We have been working with our state legislators to try to see if we can get a bill passed that might force any water system that's deemed an imminent threat to public health and safety to be essentially dissolved. And then there's other options we're going to be looking at as well. So this is not our this is not a short-term problem that we've been dealing with, and there's no short-term answers now, unfortunately. We thought we had one, all moving in the same direction on regionalization, but it's one that needs to get solved. It needs to get solved to make sure when you turn on the faucet, you're confident that you're getting clean, safe drinking water. And so heard from so many of you, I know over 250 of you showed up in Hamilton a couple weeks ago for the H2 Open to express that you just don't have trust when you turn on the tap, you're getting that clean and safe drinking water. So we continue to push that fight as well. So we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month coming up for October. You'll notice I have my pink shirt on. We're going to paint the town pink, some ways literally, some ways not literally, during the month of October. But it's such an important awareness event to put on in October, right? And making sure women in our town are getting the care and support they need, whether they're at risk, whether they're not at risk, whether they're battling breast cancer, or that they have battled it in the past, right? We want to talk about all those things and how we as a community are there to support them. So when we come back from break, we'll be talking about how we paint the town pink in October.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Kessel Dermatology in Hamilton Square is an award-winning dermatology practice led by Dr. Daniel Kessel, a board-certified dermatologist. He and his expert staff treat patients of all ages. They offer treatments of all types of skin, hair, and nail conditions, and annual skin cancer screenings, anti-aging treatments, ultraviolet A and B light treatments, skin tightening procedures, Botox, and other treatments that enhance your skin's overall health and appearance. Kessel Dermatology is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. For appointments, call 609-882-5800 609-890-2600. That's 609-890-2600. Or visit KesselDermatology.com. They're at 1700 Whitehorse, Hamilton Square Road. Kessel Dermatology. They're good. Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
Well, welcome back to This Month in Hamilton. I want to start out by thanking our sponsors, Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford Subaru, Saul Funeral Home, and Kessel Dermatology. So joining me today is Josh Harry from, two ways, right? One is Sky Zone. That's what pays the bills here in Hamilton, but also chair of the Robert Wood Johnson Young Professional Group. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very good.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, right? I just gave a very brief introduction, but, what brings you kind of here today? What's your background and kind of what led you to being involved with literally painting the town pink in October?
Yeah, no. Thanks for having us first and foremost. We're super excited to be here. Like you said, my name's Josh Harry. I'm the Vice President of Growth and Operations at Sky Zone here in Hamilton, a couple locations throughout the country as well. I am the events chair for the Young Professional Group, and I'm the chair of Paint the Town Pink. Came to Hamilton in 2018, started working at the local Sky Zone right after it opened. And really, after COVID, wanted to get more involved in the community, and Hamilton really is the largest small town, right? Mm-hmm. And really wanted to get involved and see how I can use Sky Zone in the community, outside of our four walls. Got introduced to a good friend of mine, Jay Dugan, who runs the Shop Hamilton group. Started getting involved in that way. Through there, he was also the chair of the Young Professional Group at that time and asked me to come, join and submit my resume and see what happened. So I did and started, with that group a couple years ago. Last year became the events chair, overseeing all the events that we do from All in Good Taste to Paint the Bar Pink and Hamilton Has Heart. And then we, for Paint the Town, it started from just a simple conversation between Jess, who's their director of development over at the hospital, and myself in late July of last year. And how can we make Paint the Bar bigger, right? And what can we do to get the awareness and the preventativeness out there for the community? And Paint the Town was born last year.
Awesome. So a lot to unpack right there, right? But I just want to talk about, so everything you're doing with the Young Professionals Group, right? All the events, Shop Hamilton, clearly Sky Zone not only allows you, but it seems like encourages you to expand, as you say, past those four walls.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, Sky Zone is obviously a very kid-centric, business. So when we start getting out into communities, when we get involved with the schools, Sky Zone really encourages that to make sure that we're not just a business, right? We want to be somebody's community partner, right? We want, people to come to us when they need donations or if they want to host a fundraiser or anything that we can do to support not just, the business that we have, but just support our surrounding, neighborhood as well.
That's awesome. And so 7 years in Hamilton already, right?
Yeah.
Does it seem like that sometimes?
No, I mean, these are the fastest 7 years I think ever. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And hopefully everything's going well, and we got many more years ahead too.
Many, many more. That's for sure.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So, for those who may not be familiar, I know you mentioned Young Professional Group in your role. What is the Young Professional Group?
Yeah,
so part of RWJ.
Yeah. So the Young Professional Group is an organization comprised of 30 members, all under the age of 40, from all different walks of professionalism. Right. So we have lawyers, we have some hospital staff, we have trampoline park guys, we have so many different marketers, small business owners, that all come together for a common cause to help improve services at the hospital, right? So right now we still have an open pledge for the cardiac center at the hospital. And I know you saw the new cath lab earlier this year. That's one of our projects, and it came out amazing. And then the other part is for the cancer center each October. So raising money through different events, to support the initiatives of RWJ.
That's awesome. And how long have you been part of the Young Professional Group?
This is my third year.
Wow.
So,
That's awesome.
But do want to mention former YP yourself.
Yes. For only a brief amount of time. I was on for 2 years, right? And then circumstances led me to have to get off. But certainly enjoyed my time. It's obviously Sky Zone gears itself towards children and families. You can't network with children, right? That would be odd. But the Young Professional Group not only teaches you about community and bettering your community, but how to network in different circles and meet new people and build relationships and all that. So, and donating money back to the hospital to improve the hospital as well for people right here in Hamilton.
Yeah, agreed.
And I know when I was on, the big thing was the cancer center. It sounds like since I've gotten off that, the focus is kind of shift now that the cancer center is up and running, and now supporting people with heart healthy initiatives as well.
Yeah, so I think we've kind of found our niche where beginning of the year is focused on heart health. We had such a big initiative of the hospital and what they do there. Then tail end of the year will be towards the cancer center, and that's going to be our thing.
So you said paint the bar pink, right? So how did the YPGs kind of get involved with October is obviously Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? Take me through that kind of evolution there.
Yeah, so the Young Professional Group as a whole for the past 15 years has been raising money for different parts of the cancer center, right? Over that course of the 15 years, they've raised $200,000 for the cancer center and the improvements there. About 7 years ago, Paint the Bar Pink was born, and that is our signature event that we host at Killarney's every October, where we have celebrity bartenders like yourself and different kind of events going on during that night. And it was born out of support of one of our former YPs and who was going through a battle at that time. And since then, each year that event has grown and grown and grown, brought us to, like I said last year, with the evolution of Paint the Town, right? And Paint the Town is part Paint the Bar, right? That's still our signature event, but now involving the entire community as a whole, and really has sprung outside of just Hamilton, right? We have involvement from Hamilton, or from Robbinsville, from Hopewell, from Trenton, and making it more of a regionalized movement than just the Paint the Bar event.
Yeah, because breast cancer doesn't just stop at the border of Hamilton, right?
That's correct.
It doesn't matter where you live or what your background is. And I know we only talk about females, but men need to get checked too as well. I know you're not a clinician, so we won't go into all the clinical stuff here as well. But certainly the focus obviously is on women. And I think everybody knows somebody who's either currently going through it, has gone through it, and it's a fight anytime somebody's going through it.
It is. You're 100% right. And, one thing that's super important is obviously October we focus on breast cancer and all that, but all the funds that are raised goes to the cancer center that treats all types of cancers. And it's such a gem here in this community to have a dedicated cancer center, to treat breast cancer, head and neck, colon, and all different types. So the money that we are raising, yes, it's focused around breast cancer, but it goes to all the patient services at the cancer center.
So it must make it a little easier to be a bench chair when you've got that motivation behind you, right? Or is it still almost like a second full-time job?
No, it is definitely like a second full-time job, but I enjoy it. And, everybody has a reason, right? My great-grandmother passed of breast cancer when in 2011, and that's my reason, right? And that's why I want to get involved so much with breast cancer and, really painting the town pink and, creating that awareness and, make sure people are out there getting preventative care and getting checked and all those things. So.
Yeah, and again, I know you're not a clinician, right? But the earlier detection, generally better results, all those kinds of things. And to your point, right, having treatment here locally there's a mental health component of all this as well, right? And so being able to get the treatment you need within a 5-10 minute, maybe 15-minute commute from where you live just makes everything kind of easier as you're going through.
Yeah, and it's so important because the Cancer Center here at RWJ is National Cancer Institute's only designated comprehensive cancer center here in New Jersey. So,
Wow.
You're getting world-class care here, right in the heart of Hamilton.
Yep, right in your own backyard.
Right in your own backyard.
Awesome. So I know we're going to be talking a little bit about paint, the town paint,
Yep.
right? But before we do that, you said 7 years ago, paint the bar pink at Killarney's. So talk about like partnerships with somebody like Killarney's, right? In helping to raise awareness, raise funds, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Killarney's has been such a great partner of us for the past 7 years, not only just for Paint the Bar, but just for other events like our golf outing, our gala, other events that we host in the community. But we really just went to them with this idea of Paint the Bar, and they truly embraced it, right? So us putting celebrity bartenders behind the bar, us, reserving parts of the restaurant. Obviously, when we started 7 years ago, it was a small section, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just a bar area in the Jameson room. Now we have the entire inside and the entire outside, just to really pack the house. And they have been great supporting us with, their staff purchasing shirts, with their staff coming up with pink drinks, and just different ways for them to also give back while hosting the event as well.
So to tell you about the growth, a funny story about myself. So last year, went to the event, pulled up to Killarney's, no cars really there. There was like 6 cars there, and I'm like, what is going on? I live life by my calendar and had looked a day early. So I was there a day earlier than I needed to be, right? And then when I went the next day, I could almost not find a parking spot. So, yeah.
Yeah, truly packed the area. This year we will have a valet service to help us out, so we don't run into that issue again.
Well, maybe by next year we'll have the building open,
Yes.
which is almost essentially next door, and that can be a nice overflow lot.
Absolutely, we would love that.
All right. Well, Josh, we got to take our first break. When we come back, we'll continue talking. I know there's a lot more to talk about this year and the events planned and what you've got in mind, but we'll be back in just a moment.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hamilton Township in Mercer County
Well, welcome
is
back to This
fortunate.
Month in Hamilton. Want to again start out by thanking our sponsors, Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, Saul Funeral Home, and Kessel Dermatology. So, Josh, obviously we talked about, part of this is awareness, part of it's raising money, right? But I know it's not even October 1st yet, right? And in terms of raising money, you've already gotten a big donor and sponsor in.
Yeah, so we really launched Paint the Town this year at our golf outing in July, and it was pretty much a soft launch just to get people aware. You know, we started so late last year, so we wanted to get the word out there to potential sponsors or, you know, anybody that just wants to get involved in the community, right? So we started at the golf outing where we sold some of our shirts, and, you know, we had a really good partnership with Happy Smiles, who did an activation at the golf outing.
Through Carlo Vitale and his group,
Fantastic group over there, and they've been so supportive of us from then and all the way through Paint the Town this year. So that's really when we started it. During that time, we received a couple of big checks. First one is from Caesar's Bagels, who donated $15,000 to you know, our initiative.
That's a lot of bagels.
That's
by the way.
So many bagels.
Yes.
That we were trying to do the math on it to see how many bagels you have to sell in order to reach that. But we're so thankful to Caesar over there and his group for even considering us for that donation this year. We also got a really good donation from the Assistant Director of Economic Development, Kate Kane, and her sorority, Zeta Tau Alpha, who gave us $2,000 towards it already. So wow. To give you a little background, last year when we started this, we had no idea what we were going to raise, right? And, you know, we knew how much historically we would get from Paint the Bar, so we didn't know what it was going to turn into. Last year, you know, we ended up raising just about $25,000.
Wow.
This year, we have already hit it, and it's not even October 1st.
Wow.
So, you know, thanks to those, you know, sponsors that came in early, and, you know, we still have a lot of time left before the end of October as well.
It helps almost with the motivation for you and probably the other, I assume it's all young professional group backed, right? To know, hey, we've already hit our goal, right? So, phew, okay, done. Now let's see how far we can take this. Right?
Exactly. So that's why, you know, each day, Jess and I, we're on the phone, we're talking about more events and more things that we can do in the community, and not everything is monetary, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of things that the community can do, whether it's lighting up their house pink or putting pink balloons out or wearing pink on a day, you know, any of these kind of small things that not necessarily is a monetary thing, but just spreading that awareness and the movement of Paint the Town Pink.
And I know you'll see some of the township buildings pink. The brick makes it a little hard sometimes to show pink, right? So if you don't see certain buildings in pink, just understand that it's hard to pink a red brick up, right? But you know, I know your team has been in touch with the township on trying to find suitable buildings to paint pink, right? But for better or worse, brick is hard to make pink.
It is, and that's totally okay because we appreciate the support. But one thing that we really took as an initiative this year that we didn't do last year is we truly needed to paint something pink, right? And that's hard, right, sometimes. Yes. So we partnered with Spotted Frog Art Studio, who's local to this area, and they're painting different windows throughout the community as well. So Sky Zone is one of the windows, Caesar's, Primo's Hoagies, the Fitness and Wellness Center is going to be done. The Cancer Center obviously is going to be done, and you know, different ways for us to actually paint something this year to spread that awareness. And some of them are done, some of them are actually being completed today, and they look absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. So what are some other ways, right? Obviously, if you drive by some of those places, you'll see the pink windows. We said some of the townships lighted up pink, right? But what are some of the other ways people may start seeing the town painted pink kind of thing, right? I'm sure you're partnering with other organizations and the like too.
Yeah. So we're hosting events throughout the entire month of October, right, that are going to be doing either a give back, right, where you just go, you purchase your lunch or dinner, and they'll give a portion back. We're hosting some really fun events this year. For example, at Sky Zone on October 10th, we're doing Jump for a Cause, where our shirts this year are glow in the dark. So we'll have our glow lights on at Sky Zone, and kids will be able to come and get involved as well. At the end of the month, towards the end of the month, we're also doing an event with the new Pickleball Kingdom, and they are also going to do an event to give back to us. So many different things, and one thing that we're super excited for that costs no money to go to, it's just you know, some bringing the community together for a fun night is At the end of October, we are hosting our first celebrity softball game at Mercer County Park.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to bring in a couple different celebrities from the high schools, from small businesses, our YPGs, some of the hospital staff members to really do a fun softball game just to raise awareness for the movement towards the end of October.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we've talked a lot about the funds, right? You hit your goal already, which is amazing, right? Talked about some of the overt kind of things through the paint, through the buildings to raise awareness. But talk about, the funds that are raised, right? What are they used for, in terms of the cancer center?
Yeah,
the
so
hospital?
super important, I think, to everybody is making sure that the funds go back to here in Hamilton and where it affects your neighbor, your child's teacher, whoever it may be, right? So a lot of our funds go back to our patient services, right, which is wigs, medications, car rides, all these different things that patients don't think about or they might need while they're going through, the most difficult part of their life, right? Any kind of equipment, and we even set up care packages for them that we'll send to them, that has different goodies and, anything that they might need during that time.
Almost those morale boosters,
Yes.
right?
Yep. So, morale boosters is one big thing. Obviously, stuff that they absolutely need that they may not be able to afford or just need a little assistance with, like medication, like car rides to and from the cancer center to receive their treatment. Super important, that the funds are going to our patients that are local.
Yeah, and it's great from, those involved with the actual care, right? To work with the YPs to say, hey, these are what some of our patients need that, isn't going to be covered by insurance, right? And many of them struggle maybe to think about or think ahead about or know when they might need it, right? And the two groups, kind of the clinicians and the YPs through raising money, working together to kind of fill those gaps.
Yeah, we work so closely with Amy Pelican, who oversees the cancer center, and she lets us know what the patients need, right? And even some of the funds go to just different things that we can do inside the cancer center, right? Like if we can have somebody come there to paint their nails, right, while they're getting their treatment done, or just
pink, I hope, right?
Pink for the most part,
for
pink.
October, at least pink. Yeah.
It also helps fund their holistic program as well, right? So, to have different musicians come in or singers or whatever it may be to come in and just be there while to take the patient's minds off of what they're going through in that exact moment.
Just amazing. So. And from the YPs group, I think you said this is up to 30 individuals who are giving their time, resources, effort, right? And we always say time's one of our most valuable resources, right? Towards all these things and raising the money, right?
Yeah. So, we meet once a month. Some of us talk almost every day, but, we're all volunteers, right? We all work day jobs and do all different things. If many people in the community know I'm not always in the state either when I'm traveling for work. But we all find that time to give back and really, not only just the networking piece and meeting people and all that, but really just giving back to the gem that's here in Hamilton, which is our WJ.
Yeah. So. And the hope is they never need it themselves or have a family member they need it, right? But they're almost investing in the future. In case, God
it is.
forbid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, like the cardiac lab that just got finished, right? Nobody wants to go there, right? And nobody wants to be treated there. But knowing that you raised money for that, and if you need to go there, you're going to get quality care. Same with the cancer center as well.
So Jane Smith, John Doe, who's listening, right? Who is touched by kind of this effort. What are some things they can do?
So they can go to our website, rwjbh.org/paintthetown. On there, they'll have all of our events that we're doing this month, right? From, the Sky Zone event to the pickleball event to Paint the Bar and everything in between. And they can go and purchase their tickets to be involved in that. They can give a one-time donation, right, as well. They can purchase our shirts that we will have pickup days and delivery options for to help support that cause. But like we said as well, there's also ways on there that they can support that's not a monetary thing, right? There's ideas on there to light up your house pink, right? To put something on your mailbox like a pink ribbon and just join in on the movement for the awareness and the prevention of it. So.
That's awesome. So what's that website again for people who may not?
Yeah, it's rwjbh.org/paint-the-town.
Okay, and I'm sure Google RWJ Paint the Town is going to...
It's going to come right up.
Yeah. But it's great that you guys have thought beyond just, hey, buy a shirt or donate money, right? And, maybe they can get their kid to help them tie a ribbon around the mailbox or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because, look at somebody like yourself whose family has been touched through an unfortunate incident of losing somebody, right? And trying to get the kids involved to remember grandma or great grandma or whoever in a non-monetary way, right? But just an overt way to literally show support.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And one of our big initiatives from this year was to involve the youth somehow, some way, right? So we have the Sky Zone event, which they get attend. This year we also rolled out youth side shirts for all of our shirts, and then we're going to have a lot of kids activations at our softball game. So kids can just come, have a great time, whether parents are watching or participating in the softball game as well. So.
Given your background in Sky Zone, will there be a bounce house at the softball game?
There could be a bounce house. I guess you're going to have to come and find out. So.
I mean, the two kind of go together. I don't think you can pick it up out of Sky Zone.
No trampolines, but we may have a bounce house.
It kind of lends itself to each other, right?
That's awesome.
That right. So, Josh, we're going to take our final break.
Sure.
When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the YPs overall and just again. The great event coming up next month in October. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Cool.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Kessel Dermatology in Hamilton Square is an award-winning dermatology practice led by Dr. Daniel Kessel, a board-certified dermatologist. He and his expert staff treat patients of all ages. They offer treatments of all types of skin, hair, and nail conditions, and annual skin cancer screenings, anti-aging treatments, ultraviolet A and B light treatments, skin tightening procedures, Botox, and other treatments that enhance your skin's overall health and appearance. Kessel Dermatology is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. For appointments, call 609-890-2600. That's 609-890-2600. Or visit KesselDermatology.com. They're at 1700 Whitehorse, Hamilton Square Road. Kessel Dermatology. They're good. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
I'll start with your shirt. Welcome back to This Month in Hamilton. I want to again start out by thanking WBCB 1490 AM and our sponsors, Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, Saul Funeral Home, and Kessel Dermatology. So on our break, All of a sudden, the room got a lot more pink.
Yes, it did.
So what are you wearing, Josh?
So this is our official Paint the Town Pink shirt this year. We finally adopted a permanent logo as well that's going to live with us throughout this movement for years and years to come. This year, our shirts were sponsored by Sky Zone.
Obviously.
Obviously. So Sky Zone paid for all the shirts this year that anybody buys. So one of the big initiatives that we did was to make sure that they glow. So one of our core things that we do at Sky Zone is our glow nights on Friday and Saturdays. So we wanted to make sure that we had something that is representative of Sky Zone, but also supporting Pink Town Pink as well.
All right. So how do you go to your boss and say, I'd like you to buy all these shirts that we can then send and use the money to donate to the hospital, right? But that's not enough. I want you to donate shirts that glow, right? Is that an easy conversation? Is that
It's a lot easier than you think, right? Like we said, a core of what we do at Sky Zone and our ownership group and everything is being involved in the community, right? And this was a no-brainer. They got to see, the Sky Zone as a whole got to see what we did with All in Good Taste earlier this year, one of our other, YPG events. And really just wanted to get involved more in this local community. So
That's
easy,
awesome.
easy ask.
All right. Well, we talked about what individuals can do, right? And we've mentioned a few businesses, Sky Zone, Caesars, right? What can other businesses in the area do who want to, obviously they can't buy the shirts, right? But what else can some maybe smaller or large businesses do to help?
Yeah, so there's a couple options. One is you can host your own event, right, with the proceeds going back. One prime example that I could think of right off the top of my head is Outside the Line Studio. At the end of October, they're going to be hosting a ceramic painting class, paint and sim, at their facility, and all those proceeds are going to be coming back to Paint the Town Pink. And there's some simple ones even for large offices that may not have a consumer-facing business or anything like that, where each Friday they can do $5 and they can wear jeans to work, or they can wear a pink shirt like a T-shirt or something like that, and those proceeds go back. And really just an awareness piece, right? Like businesses can light up their buildings, and there's so many different pink things that could be done, even if they put down pink flowers as well in front of their building to support it.
Sure. So, and you talked about kids, right, and getting kids involved when we talked about individuals getting involved too. Anything with the school district here in town?
Yeah, so we have a couple things going on with the school district. One is the teachers are going to be participating in the jeans, initiative where they can wear jeans and give some money back to the cause. But another thing for the kids that we're doing is we're doing these placemats that are going to be at different restaurants and areas, throughout the town, not only here in Hamilton, but some of our surrounding towns as well. Where it's a coloring mat, right? And they can color in. And what we're going to do with that is we're asking the restaurants and the businesses to collect those, and then we're going to put them in the cancer center. So, kids are coloring it. It looks really nice. And then, the patients are able to see it as kind of like a mural inside the cancer center.
That's awesome. So teaching kids right away about trying to uplift people, right,
Mm-hmm.
who are going through down times, and such a great way to kind of put a spin on it, right?
Exactly. Yep.
That they can able to process and all of that. Yep. Again, all these ideas and all the execution from the YPs, huh?
Yeah. So, like I said, we meet very, very often to discuss new ideas, and with such, brilliant minds in the YPs, something new always comes up each meeting, right? We could do this, or why don't we do that? Or, one of the things, the softball game came up a couple weeks ago, right? And we were trying to get to the Thunder, but the Thunder is going through renovations later this October. So we reached out to our partners at the county to see if we can get into the park, and we threw together a softball game in a week or a week and a half time, where it just came from an idea from one of the YP members, and truly exploded. So
wow. For those who might be interested who are under 40, how can they potentially become a YP?
Yeah, so the YPs, like we said, is comprised of all different walks, right? So we have people in small business, marketing. We have people that are lawyers that work for pharmaceutical companies. We have people that are just everyday employees, right? And this is a great stepping stone to get involved in some kind of board in some capacity, right? And a lot of our board members are from Hamilton, but we have so many board members, including myself, that live outside of Hamilton, right? And this is their really good stepping stone to get into it. So yes, you do have to be under the age of 40 when you join, but you can go to RWJ's website. There's a young professional page on there, and it tells you about how you apply, sending in your resume, and the interview process that comes along with it. But and from yourself when you were on there, it's such a great group of individuals, and the networking that comes out of that as well, to really not only build yourself, build the business that you're part of, but build yourself as a person is such a great organization. So.
Are you taking applications, or are you not?
We are. We just started it is nominating season.
Okay.
So we do have some slots, quite a few number of slots actually opening up, next year. So we only hold 30 members at a time. We have a couple people who are aging off into our OPGs, and we're opening up some slots. So nomination season is now. I think we're accepting applications up until November 1st, and then after that starts the interview process and kind of the approval process to join a group.
So Google Young Professional Group RWJ,
Yep.
right? And I guess the application's there.
Yep, everything will be on there. I'll tell you exactly how to sign up and who to email your resume to, so we can start the process and schedule their interview. So.
Is there a minimum age?
There is not a minimum age. The youngest person came in at 23.
Okay.
So
you know that very specifically.
Yeah, very, very specifically. It was me. But started at 23, and then and you can serve on the board up until you are 40. You can exit at any time as well. But at 40, you get the boot. So.
Okay. Is there a minimum? Some people, right, especially as they're younger, they maybe don't have the money to write or raise or things like that. Or is there a minimum amount of money you have to raise?
No,
at these
there's
events?
not. It's more about
time and effort. Right?
Time and effort, right? And you could see from all the events that we're hosting, right? It's a lot of time and effort, right? So just because you may not come from a high financial background, or your company or whatever it may be, right? You could still join and be involved and really, make a difference in your community without having to put a dime into it.
That's awesome. And I know RWJ has a big gala they're doing in October.
They
right?
do. Yeah.
Talk about that and who's one of the honorees this year.
Sure. So this year is going to be a night in Nashville theme. So each year, the gala is at Stone Terrace. It's like any other gala, but this year they have decided to switch it up. So we're changing out our suits and everything for jeans and cowboy boots and flannels. And it's going to be hosted at Stone Terrace again. We're going to have live music there. We're going to have different kind of Southern food that John Henry's going to be preparing for us. And one of the honorees this year, which ties in perfectly, is our OPGs, or our Young Professional Alumni, is I think the correct term.
Yeah. Our old professional group just doesn't have the same ring to it, right?
But we're super excited for them. They have been, in everybody who has been in the YPs and has since aged off is still very much involved, whether they're coming to YP events or different hospital events. So this, we thought, was a perfect year for them to get the spotlight that they deserve for continuing to stay in the hospital even after they age out of the Young Professional Group.
And I think so many of the Young Professional Group members, right, as they become alumni, stay involved in some capacity or another.
Yeah,
right?
so there's so many, people who have aged off who have joined the development board or major gifts board or anything like that. A lot of them, have also gone up to, the board of trustees. And Michael Pratico, who was a former YP, I think he started the Young Professional Group, is now the chairman of the board for the board of trustees. So, just because you age out doesn't mean your involvement has to stop,
Sure.
right? There's other avenues that you can do to continue your projection into RWJ and staying involved in, your community.
And a great training ground, right?
Great training ground because, people move, people do different things, right? And to join the young professionals and, get that board experience out there for yourself and everything doesn't stop you from joining a different board like the Y or,
Sure.
Any other kind of nonprofits out there.
To, again, all benefit our Hamilton community.
Exactly.
Even if you're not living here, you have some connection here, right?
Yeah, that's me, right?
Yeah.
I started working here. I became a board member here. Now we host Shop Hamilton meetings at Sky Zone. I've been in YPs for quite a number of years, so truly my adopted home is here.
I
So.
love it. I love it. And as long as you keep flying back, I love it even more.
Exactly.
So, Josh, anything else you think people, we talked a lot about what residents can do, businesses can do, right? But anything you're kind of excited about that people are going to see coming up in October?
Yeah, I think
see or feel or.
Yeah. I think we have so many different new activations going on, and we're still not done planning yet, right? So that's why it's so important to go to our website to stay updated on the different calendar events that are coming out. But starting with the painting of the windows, right, and people going around, and I saw it kind of, especially Caesar's painting, blow up on Facebook, and people are going around and seeing that. And you'll see us at Oktoberfest. You'll see us at the Italian American Festival as well. And just having, the pink out there. And you can't miss it, right?
Sure.
You can't miss the pink. But really just these different kind of new events that we haven't introduced before outside of Paint the Bar Pink.
Yeah, and I think, as you said, right, you've got the Italian American Festival, you've got the Irish Festival, you've got Oktoberfest, right? I mean, there's so many overt opportunities as people want to take advantage of the nicer some people say fall's nicer than summer. Some people say summer's nicer than fall. I love them all, right? But some of the nice, cool weather that the autumn brings, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Josh, any kind of last words, anything you're really excited about that you want to leave our listeners with?
No, just, do whatever you can to get involved, right? It's such a big movement now, right? And we're involving not just here in Hamilton, but our surrounding communities as well. You'll see the State House lit up pink this year. You'll see the Trenton Makes Bridge lit up this year. You'll see some cars driving around Mercer County that have a Paint the Town, logo on it or ribbon. And just really try to get involved whatever you can. And not everything is monetary, right? And, you can still do these small things and be involved however you can. But more importantly is the, making sure that you're getting checked, right? And the awareness of the event and the preventative care and making sure that, we are here to raise funds and everything for the Cancer Center, but we're also, the more important thing is we're here to make sure people are getting checked and going for checkups and, getting any kind of preventative care that they may need. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and making
Thank
sure
you.
people in town know what's going on, right? That's why we do the show, so people know what's going on in town. It's such a critical thing to make sure there's an awareness of. As you said, there's fun in doing it, but the ultimate goal is to help people out who aren't going through a fun time in their life, right? Or to make sure they're getting checked so they have a better outcome potentially. God forbid they do get diagnosed. So appreciate everything you're doing. Appreciate the next group of YPs after after now I'll say it over 40, but really appreciate all that work as well as from the hospital. I know you're partnering with many people, staff members from the hospitals too, who do a fantastic job and kind of give you that attention, right? And motivation to keep going with some of the stories they have. So thank you all for listening in on This Month in Hamilton, our September 2025 edition. Want to again thank WBCB 1490 AM as well as our sponsors, Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, Saul Funeral Home, and Kessel Dermatology. Make sure you come out to Oktoberfest. Maybe wear pink if you do, right? You could even stay a little later if it'll light up. But we hope to see you around town, and we'll see you in October.